Welcome everybody to a new episode of Metahumans Mondays. Believe it or not, this is episode number 40. It's pretty crazy. 40 weeks, dude. I think when we hit 50, we should do some kind of a cool giveaway, We never have, you know what I mean? We haven't done a giveaway in a while, so when we hit
That sounds good.
when we hit episode 50, we'll do a big giveaway, and I'll try to see if I bring a lot of our past guests on, and maybe we'll have like this 8 window thing going on. You know what I mean? Like we'll have like a bunch of people, like a little digital party or something for our 50th episode. Yeah, with me as always, my good friend co-host Francisco, the boy Blunder.
What's up?
So today we're gonna go over. Wait, so first off, we're not gonna go over all of it because there's way too much of it. But HASBRO PulseCon just passed, which is essentially, those are like the biggest exclusives you would get at San Diego Comic-Con. And HASBRO Pulse was, the convention was essentially kind of born out of San Diego Comic-Con being on hiatus because of COVID, essentially. You know what I mean? So all the stuff that you see now is the kinds of things that you would have saw at San Diego Comic-Con revealed, or New York Comic-Con, or so on and so forth. And that's why there's so much of it. So we're not going to go over all of it, but we're going to go over probably the big three, which is Star Wars, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, Marvel Legends, and the G.I. Joe Classified run that's going on right now. So we're going to kind of deep dive into that. Do you want to start with Star Wars first or Marvel Legends? What do you want to do, dude?
I think we should start out with Marvel.
Okay, so Marvel first. All right, so one of the big first reveals that they had at Hasbro PulseCon was this Null. So Null is getting a Marvel Legends figure, and yeah. So here's the thing. I will admit, I do have a comic book store, but I have not. Francisco, you probably know more about Null than me. I know he was from the Venom run. Donny Cates and such, Ryan Stegman, but I actually have not read that run, so I do not know that much about Null, to be honest. But how much do you know about Null? I want to bring like a small little rundown of what he is exactly in the.
Well, I didn't read the comics fully. I read the first one and some of the extra like the stuff that like the Gwenom versus Carnage and all that stuff. Like some of the extra stuff, basically.
Yeah.
But it's basically like an alien god or something.
Yeah.
Like he's super crazy, and he was able to rip the symbiotes off of like Eddie and others, and he just absorbed them.
Yeah.
And he was basically, if you thought Marvel Zombies was cool and like crazy, this is like cooler and crazier.
Yeah, he looks cool. I really like his sword. That's like the thing. I think that sword looks great. The way they did that. This is like a digital rendering, but Marvel Legends they're pretty on point with making things look as they are in their renderings. They're pretty much there. So, I collect Marvel Legends, so this is gonna go in the collection regardless. Got to have at least one of these.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It looks great though, but I feel like the sword would go cool with a lot of other figures too. There's something about that sword, like all flamed up. Like it's all symbioted out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a second version of this figure with like more added on stuff.
Probably. So, that is Null. And another reveal they had. Again, we're not going to do all the reveals because there's way too many of them, but I'll just go over some of the bigger ones. Now, this one right here, this one's unfortunate. Well, for those of you that missed out on getting a Baron Zemo in the past, this is another Baron Zemo that they're going to release. This one's going to be a Walgreens exclusive, which is it's a pain on the side. Basically that means like some of you are going to find it and some of you are not. So. I expect this to be a little pricey. If you're
a Walmart employee or Walgreens.
Yeah, I guess you got the advantage, right? If you're a Walgreens employee, you have the advantage. But, yeah. Kind of a bummer for completionists, you know what I mean, like myself on the line. But But to be honest, I mean, there have been other Baron Zemo figures that are pretty similar to this, but it's just this is kind of a more modernized comic book version of it. So there you go, Baron Zemo, Walgreens exclusive. I really hope they don't do too many Walgreens exclusives on the future because they are definitely difficult to get. We're getting another, well, you know, Scarlet Witch, but on those retro cards, she's getting a West Coast Avengers card.
Ooh.
So I will note this. So this figure, if it looks familiar, it actually came out once. It came out in a 3-pack with Magneto and another figure. It was in a 3-pack already previously. I think it was an Amazon exclusive 3-pack. And obviously those 3-packs are expensive because you're basically, you know, you're paying for the 3 figures. So I don't know what they are, like between $60 to $80 for those 3-packs, probably $80 or something. So this is kind of a cheap way if you didn't get that 3-pack, and if you just wanted Scarlet Witch, this is kind of an easy way to get Scarlet Witch. Yeah, you know, with I feel like this was supposed to come out sooner. But with all the delays and stuff, they just didn't announce it because I think this kind of coincides with the show. Because the other one they revealed was the Vision. So yeah, that's why I'm saying I feel like they were trying to probably held this for a while, you know?
Yeah.
So, and they're just kind of showing it now. So you get the White Vision right here on card. Pretty standard. Obviously, it's the White Vision, so there's not really much detail in terms of color, but he does have like this kind of a gray. Kind of like what they did with the Venom. They did like the, not the pixelated. What's the way to call that? Like the tones? You know what I mean? Like the shading?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like a shading style. So we've got a West Coast Avengers White Vision. And then I think this is the one that a lot of people got really excited for is this right here, what I'm about to pull up. Did you see these, Francisco?
Not these.
Yeah, so this is, okay, so here's the thing on these. So I know it looks like a VHS box, but you can see a Wolverine's hand on the right of it, right? But basically, Hasbro's gonna put out these X-Men animated series figures, right? They're Marvel Legends 6-inch figures, but they're gonna come with a few accessories and all be based on the X-Men animated series that we all know and love. And I'm gonna say this right now, though, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed if they don't give us Morph. Because he is literally the only character that like appeared originally in that cartoon that never came to comics till later, you know? So this is like their opportune time to make Morph, for reals. So, but so here on the right, this is what the boxes are gonna look like. The packaging for the figure is actually a VHS looking thing. So it'll come in this, and then you'll have his accessories. I'm gonna show you Wolverine right now, but just look at the case. It looks awesome, some retro goodness. The accessories he comes with on the right, you can see there's the portrait of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. So he's going to come with a little portrait. And I think there's a meme about that where he looks at the portrait and they're kind of giving you... So you're going to get that, an alternate head, and then some unclawed hands, basically. I'm going to show you the side of the packaging here. There's the side of the packaging, which I'm kind of foreshadowing here. You see that they're going to make a Jubilee as well. I like how instead of it says VHS, it says MVL. So it's like Marvel Legends, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
awesome,
saying.
dude.
So if we got Wolverine and we got Jubilee, there is a leak online that says we're going to get Jean Grey and Storm next.
Ooh, this is worth collecting.
Yeah,
dude.
this is worth collecting.
Nice.
Now, and imagine getting all of them like this and putting them to the side on your shelf. And them all looking like VHSs like this, you know? That's pretty badass, man. Like the 90s kid in me is like pretty stoked on this. So we're gonna get all our 90s X-Men. So this is pretty obvious what's coming next. We're gonna see Gambit. We're gonna see Rogue, which is gonna be easy because they already did wonderful Gambit and Rogue figures. You know what I mean? Jump into the chat here. D Castle, congrats on the 40 episodes. Oh, Dylan, thank you, dude. Thank you. 40 episodes, crazy, huh? And D Castillo says, my understanding is he's the embodiment. Okay, he's talking about Null. So he's saying Null is the embodiment or alpha in the hive mind between the symbiotes. Cool, man.
Oh, okay.
And then he's saying the 3-pack was Magneto and Quicksilver. That's where the Scarlet Witch was from. So if you don't want to buy that 3-pack, you just want Scarlet Witch, or you're a fan of Scarlet Witch, they're gonna give you a Scarlet Witch. Although I will say this, those packagings are so cool. I feel bad ripping those ones open on the card like that, but I mean, and you can't put it back in the card, but you know.
Dude, imagine these are actually like sleeves, and you just sleeve it. Like you see at the bottom, it's like a little black little circle.
Yeah.
And you just pull out the figure. That would be super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't show that part. They didn't show how the tray's gonna work, but how cool would that be, right?
Yeah.
It would remind me of like this is old school, but I always laughed when I was a kid when Jiminy Cricket in the Pinocchio movie, he would sleep in like it was like a matchbox or something.
Yeah.
And he would slip himself in there, you know what I mean? He would like slip out or something. That was pretty funny. Buffy Love Super Cat in the chat says the picture of Scott and Jean is just so insane. I know, that's funny, huh? I'm glad they gave us that. Those are fun little accessories that, like, how would you ever get that any other way, right? Eddie Flores in the chat. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us, man. Stoked to have all you here. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to collect, man. So like I said, heads up, Jean and Storm are kind of leaked that those are the next two in the wave here. And then I could only imagine it would almost seem wrong if they don't give us Rogue and Gambit at the same time if they're going in pairs of twos, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to get. You know what? I don't know how you're gonna give us Professor X in a little box though, because there's no way you're gonna fit a wheelchair in that thing. Oh man, they're probably not gonna give us Professor X on this because there's just no way they're gonna fit him in here. But unless they give us like Professor X and they don't give us the wheelchair, but yeah, because there's already a badass Professor X on the wheelchair that came out a long time ago. I love that Marvel Legends figure. That one's cool, his hover chair. But again, we better get Morph because Morph is literally going to be the only unique figure in this run. Action Doll says it's going to be a foldable wheelchair. Dude, that would be insane. Professor X's wheelchair.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, his wheel. Or they just give us a VHS box for the wheelchair only. Instead of like the character just has it on there because the
Walgreens exclusive.
The Walgreens exclusive, yeah. That chair is awesome though, dude. Like I have the Marvel Legends figure that came out of that, and it is super cool. They really don't need to redo that. It looks great. It really does. Yeah. And who else are we at? Beast, right? Who else am I missing, dude? From that OG team. Why do I feel like I'm missing someone else? Beast? Nightcrawler, yeah. He came out in the episodes, right?
Yeah.
Psylocke, right? Psylocke came out in some of the episodes. The OG series. I loved those characters in that series. Although I don't know if with this VHS series they're only sticking with like the core team, right? Which I guess Nightcrawler, which means Nightcrawler and Psylocke wouldn't necessarily be on the core team. But Beast, Rogue, Gambit, Storm, Jean, those all do, you know, they would all be. So that's why Morph would make sense, because Morph was on the team, and Morph would make the 8th figure, so it'd be 2, 2, 2, 2, you know what I mean? Of course, if they don't put out Professor X, right? So yeah, that's kind of where it is on that. Let me show you all. Okay, so here's Wolverine in all his glory. There's the Wolverine. So, yeah, we're getting him in his retro. I noticed they did improve the claws. Did you see that? They did improve the claws on him, because some of the other figures, the claws are kind of funky on him. The little, I don't know what to call them. His boots, the accents on them that stick out, they stick out very animated on this one. So this is a good Wolverine we're getting here. And then here's a rendering of Jubilee. They didn't have an actual figure at PulseCon to show you the Jubilee, but here is the Jubilee rendering. Now, Jubilee, there's a very pricey version in Marvel Legends that came out as a Build-A-Figure, so I'm not opposed to this Jubilee, because you can, or actually there was another release of Jubilee we got, right? In Marvel Legends? I think there was another one that came out sometime in between, so. But either way, the cool thing about this Jubilee is they said it on the sunglasses that she has. They're going to be transparent. So
Ooh.
yeah, and that the way that they're made, I guess you could. I don't think all figures will be able to fit them on their heads, but how funny is that if you just start like putting transparent glasses on, like you start kit bashing other figures, right?
That'd
That'd be pretty
be
funny.
cool.
Yeah. And then they showed us the old school. They're bringing back Captain America. They're bringing back the Toy Biz style Marvel Legends cases. And here is the casing for Captain America. And then they showed us an Iron Man one. And then if you follow the line of how this line was back in the day, there was a Toad figure, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of guess what's coming next on these, but you could see here some new packaging, kind of rehashing of a Captain America, right? And yeah, I mean those are like the really big reveals. I guess my favorite reveal of the show was this character right here. And it's funny because I'm blanking on his I'll find his name right now, but I like all these obscure characters that I think Null is cool because I didn't know too much like info on him, but there's some characters sometimes that let me see if I could pull this up right here, because I thought it looked really cool. This guy right here. They said his name on the show, and they're gonna give us a Maggot figure too. Actually, I remember Maggot from back in the day, but this guy right here, a new Marvel Legends figure, and geez, I'm blanking on his name. If anyone in the chat remembers what it was, I had not seen this.
Oh,
I had not seen this character in the comics, but dude, he looks awesome, dude. I don't know, he looks like a mix between Valiant's Shadow Man and like Morbius. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was
but
thinking.
it's not. It's another character, and I'm blanking on his name. But I just love the design. I actually think this looks really cool, dude. I love that tattered cape. Looks like he had like 1,000 moths that just like ate away at his cape and shit. So,
Yeah.
awesome looking figure, man. I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but this was like my favorite reveal of the Marvel Legends. This one and the animated VHS Marvel Legends. That was probably my favorite Marvel Legends reveal. And it's funny because I don't even remember this one's name, but I get stoked on some of these obscure characters sometimes, but that's just how I am. I don't know. I just like some of these obscure characters. But yeah, I thought this guy looked really cool, man. Just really unique. I'm gonna deep dive into seeing what his name is actually though. Power Rangers panel. They showed Power Rangers Lightning. The highlight point of that show, I think, is this figure right here. Did you see this, Francisco? They're doing a Piranha's head figure. Look at that. Badass. So, this Piranha character from Power Rangers is getting a figure.
Oh,
So,
okay.
they always had all these random villains that like they'd have for like one episode on the Power Rangers shows that they fought like with the kaiju, you know what I mean? Like all big. And I just think it's so hilarious how they're bringing some of these figures to life, and they look fantastic, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even need to know what some of them are, and I think they're so cool just having like a bunch of monsters like that. Like, that's what we're missing, because I do get kind of tired of seeing just like Ranger after Ranger after Ranger. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, I mean, I love the OG Rangers, as I know you do as well. But sometimes you start getting into like season 20 or whatever, and you're like, I don't even know what this Ranger is. I don't even know who this person is. Like, it gets really obscure after a while. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
But I
dude.
never
I
get.
still
Yeah.
no, I still remember like the first time I ever saw an actual putty figure,
Yeah.
and I was like, I got more excited than a ranger. I was like, oh no
Yeah, I know.
way!
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Me too, dude. Actually, I was stoked when I saw the putty figures too. Um, but man, yeah, this was cool, man. And there's another wave of Rangers that came out as well. But I thought this was the highlight of the Power Ranger reveals. They also showed off like one of the Zords, but it's like $200, and you have to like you're basically buying an NFT with like a Zord. Did you see that? Maybe I don't know if it's worth me
Nice.
posting it up here because it's kind of radical.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting how the trend is going to that direction right now. So I don't want to dive too deep on all that because we're gonna go on forever. We do that. We're already 20 minutes in here. You believe that? Time's flying. So I'm just gonna jump right into Star Wars here. We breeze through here. Now we're doing Star Wars here. We've got another, and actually this one's already available for pre-order. It's gonna be I think a Target exclusive. And this is another Mandalorian with a baby Grogu. And this one comes with the spider. One spider, which is kind of rough because you would think you'd want a bunch of spiders, right?
Yeah.
We only get one spider with this one, and another little Grogu. I think he's gonna eat one of the eggs or something from the. Oh man, I felt so bad when he was eating the mother's eggs in that one episode of The Mandalorian. You know.
Oh yeah.
He kept eating the eggs and stuff. Then what else we got? We got Cobb Vanth, or as I call him, Poser Boba. This is
I saw this one and I got excited for it. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh heck yeah, I want Cowboy Poser Boba.
Yeah, he's got very festive Merry Christmas colors on with the red and the yeah. So I love the pack that he has though. It looks cool, huh?
Definitely. I think this is one I'm gonna be picking up.
Yeah. Yeah, Cobb Vanth. That's so funny. We got a Cobb Vanth figure. That's the funniest thing about Star Wars for like the longest for years. They've been doing this for years. I know we're getting obscure characters now with other lines, but dude, Star Wars is always giving us like obscure characters sometimes. Like characters like, I mean, granted, Cobb Vanth definitely has a presence in the episode, but I'm talking like in past history, there have been Star Wars toy lines where like they give you like the randomest character that appeared like 5 seconds or something. It's like so hilarious.